What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Cralisa Victoria. I wanted to come on here and say thank you so much if you've already been subscribed to my channel and following me. And if you have not been, I want to say thank you so much for coming. I know you guys are thinking, oh, her hair looks a wreck. My hair is actually in the process of drying right now. So I wanted to come on here and make a video. My lunch / dinner is in the oven at the moment. And I thought, what a perfect way while my hair is air drying, before I go in with the deep condition and my food is doing its thing, why not come over here and make a video?
It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's 2 something? We just vibing, we just crazy, baby.
Now, this video basically is just talking about getting on your hustle. Let me tell you guys, and I don't have this written out. So, normally like I'll look for my iPad or I'll look for my phone or something like that just to go over the things that you guys, I think, is important. Now, first thing I must say, number 1, and I'm going to write these things down just so that I could remember what we talked about. So when I edit this video, I can make sure I put my points in point. So number 1, in order to be successful, you must So the way that this video is going to go basically is we're going to talk about some tips to being successful. So number 1, in order to be successful, you must develop a regiment of success. And what do I mean by that? When I say develop a regiment of success, I mean you need to know what it's going to take for you to have the most productive day that you could have. For example, because when I make my videos, I want you guys to know that I'm going to talk as elementary as I can, as well as, educated but elementary, simply because we have like a great deal of people watching. So I would much rather the people who are tuned in, and I keep looking back just checking on my food, but I'd rather talk on an elementary level where everyone understands me than to talk at a caliber to where only a elite group or a select group of people would be able to understand that vernacular when I am articulating myself in the best manner. However, for the sake of my videos, I want to be able to reach a multitude, which sometimes mean that you have to dumb it down so that everyone can understand at all different walks of life. So please don't be one of those antics who come on my videos and, criticize every little thing and say, oh, she used that word. Why didn't she use a bigger selection in her vocabulary? Oh, she must be dumb, blah, blah, blah. All the mean things that people could come up with. So I wanted to explain to you guys why I'm going to make sure that in my videos, I try my best to dumb it down. And when I say dumb it down, is not to say that the people who are interpreting it are dumb. But when I say dumb it down, it just means to put it at the most elementary, purest form for people to understand. So the first thing you need to do is develop a regiment of success. You're thinking, what is a regiment? How do I develop it? For example, when you wake up in the morning, do you just wake up? Or do you wake up every day at 5 o'clock? Do you wake up every day at 11 o'clock? How do you wake up? Is it, I might wake up 5 this morning, I might wake up 11 this morning. I'm an entrepreneur, so let me tell you something here. Even if you are an entrepreneur, it is important for those who consider themselves entrepreneurs and those who consider themselves just 9-to-5ers to have a regimen. That is number 1 in being successful, okay? And it doesn't take anything out of you other than to say, okay, I am going to schedule block my day. I am going to have a regiment where I wake up every single morning at 5 o'clock. I do my morning routine, which includes taking a bath, brushing my teeth, eating breakfast, and everything at 5 o'clock. 5 to 6 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning I'm going to take a time to read a book, and then at 7 to 8 I'm going to take a time to get on my computer and check my emails. 9 to 10 I'm going to just watch my favorite show for an hour. 11 to 12, that is how you develop a regiment of success. You schedule your day based on your needs, but ultimately that regiment is something that you follow daily, even though the goals might change, but the regiment remains the same. The second thing that we want when you are trying to be successful, you need to be disciplined. I say this all the time. The valedictorian and the salutatorian are not the smartest kids in the class. They are the most disciplined. If you're someone who says, okay, I suck at like those end of the school year tests, those cumulative tests, and you know that, but you discipline yourself to study every single day so that you can be one of the highest performers on that, the top 10 of your class, or even number one, you then appear or appeal to the mask as, oh, she's so smart, or oh, he's so smart. But really, you credit that back to being disciplined. So yes, the smartest might be considered the smartest, but it's all because they had discipline. Think about that person who's just naturally smart. Any test they touch, they ace, but they don't go to class. If you don't go to class, you fail. So how will we ever know that you were the smartest in the class? Because you lacked discipline. So number one, develop a regimen of success. Regimen. Number two, develop discipline. You must develop discipline. Denzel Washington said it best. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse progress with movement. That is crucial for someone who is trying to be successful. Make sure that you understand that the development of your regiment and the development of your discipline are going to be the key predictors of your future. The people who can never be, have a regiment or continue to be disciplined are some of the people who have great ideas, but they never come to the platform. We must remember that success isn't overnight. Success takes time, but success shows up when we show up, okay? You can't think that you're just going to keep doing the same old every day and just convincing yourself that you're really, really doing something, and you're really not, because you're not seeing results. A lot of people look at me and they think, oh my goodness, this girl's on top of her game, blah, 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 blah. But little do you guys know that just as much as you think I'm on top of my game, I think that I need to step up my game. So your perspective of me and my perspective of myself are two different perspectives. And that's because I know my abilities and you think that you've seen all that I'm able to produce. So you have to realize that you have to adopt a regimen. You have to adopt discipline. The third thing that you also have to adopt is consistency. You have to develop consistency. When you develop consistency, you will see results. When you're trying to lose weight and you constantly keep eating healthy, drinking water, doing your detox tea and things like that, but you just feel like, oh, I'm not seeing the results. You might not be seeing it, but some other people may be seeing it, and you can't rely on the scale, because if you couldn't fit that size 3 pants 3 months ago and you can today, but the scale says that you're the same size, don't rely on the scale. Obviously, you knew you couldn't put the pants up past your thigh, and now you can, and you can zip them and you can wear them as high-waisted. So obviously something changed within your body, even if it isn't the scale. Consistency gets results. When you are in sales, if you guys have ever sold anything, if you're in sales, then you guys know that every person you come across is not going to buy your product. You have to be patient and consistent. I used to do business to business sales. I would get back to the office. I would always be known as one of the top hitters. But to me, I wasn't top because I would come back with some products. And, obviously on my first day of work, I sold all my products. So they were amazed. However, I got put into a environment that had a lot of Spanish people. Nothing against Spanish people. However, I'm not Spanish speaking. I know a little bit of Spanish, but not enough to sit here and rely a full conversation off of. So what did I have to do? I had to learn my sales pitch and some of the the rebuttals in Spanish, because I was determined to sell all of my products. I wasn't going to let a Spanish market take me out the game. I had people who were in the business who were just naturally bilingual, and when we would go into those areas, they would just sell all the Spanish people. And I'm like, No, I'm not going to just sit here and keep not selling my products because I don't know how to speak Spanish. So what did I do? I did something about it. And once I did something about it and I became consistent, I consistently started selling out each of my products. What quick story real quick. I had 102 or 103-degree fever, and I was selling. And they said, you should go home. And I said, no, I need to sell. I sold all of my product. I sold all of my, the remaining of my boss's products. And I walked away like the highest seller of that day. Walked away literally with about $300 that day or more. Okay. Now, during that time when I used to do that sales job, not only was I consistent, not only did I have a regiment daily, not only was I disciplined, not only was I consistent, but I showed up. You have to show up in order to be qualified for the game. When I say show up, that doesn't mean physically, if you work from home, awesome. If you work in a business, awesome. However, when I say show up, it doesn't mean physically showing up to the office, being the first one. Yes, in the 9 to 5, typically the first person to come is the last person to leave. You know, that whole thing they say in the businesses. Those people are, disciplined. But I'm saying, even if you are an entrepreneur and you work from home, guys, show up. That means I know that I work a 9 to 5, so I'm going to go show up at my job. Or I am an entrepreneur, so that means I'm going to wake up at my regimen time, whatever I set that be, 5, 6 o'clock, whatever. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to perform as though I was in an office. Even though I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to go to my home office and I'm going to work. I'm going to put in the dedication, the time. I have to show up. And showing up isn't always easy, because life does get the best of us. Entrepreneurs too. Sometimes you have other things. Sometimes you have sick days. Sometimes you have other things that you have to do. But when you adopt the regimen, you adopt the discipline, you adopt the consistency, and you show up, you are going to see results. Number 5, you have to dismiss the excuses. Excuses never got anyone anywhere other than where they were telling the same excuse. People do not buy into excuses, so don't start selling them. No one's going to pity you. No one's going to feel bad for you. I was reading somewhere on Instagram on a post, and it said, your boss is not going to pay you enough to be his neighbor. I'm going to say that again. Your boss isn't going to pay you enough to be his neighbor. So what I'm saying is, you have to think about success in a whole different spectrum. You can't sit here and think that somebody is so into how your life is going to unfold. They're more so into their life than you. So you have to create the path that you want for your life, for your generation to come, for your children. You have to pave the way. So all I'm basically saying is, success is up to you. Don't look to your boss to put you at the mound. Don't look to your boss to put you at the final stretch, the home run. Don't look for that. You just make sure that if your boss allows you to get the bat, then you strike out. You get a home run. You don't rely on him. Rely on you. And the same thing too, if you run your own businesses, this goes for 9 to 5ers and run your own business. If you're aspiring to run your own businesses, and if you're already running your own businesses, these elements are crucial for each and every one of us. So dismiss the excuses, number 1, okay? Or number 5 technically, but I'm just saying. The 6th thing, you have to develop accountability. Now, I know not everybody has an accountability partner. Everybody doesn't want an accountability partner. If you can have at least one accountability partner, you will see results. Being able to have somebody hold you accountable to your goals, aspirations, and dreams are going to help you do them. Not only for yourself, but you're like, okay, I know I have so-and-so holding me accountable, so I am going to jump on this. I'm going to get this done, because when they check up on me, I'm going to tell them I've already accomplished it, or I'm almost there. Okay, so an accountability partner is crucial. If you don't have one, a good way to start is by writing down your notes. People, believe me, note taking, writing in a journal, in a planner, setting goals, that is another form of accountability. I do it all the time. When I accomplish something, I check it off. And it feels so good. Never felt so good to put a check mark next to something you accomplished in my life. But I love to put a check, because it's telling me that I've got the regiment going, that I've developed discipline, that I have consistency, that I show up, that I dismiss my excuses, and that I am accountable. So for me, I love it. So get you an accountability partner, and make sure that you also hold yourself accountable by documenting your goals, aspirations, and dreams. Number 7, be tenacious. You have to develop a spirit of tenacity. You have to develop a tenacious mindset. For example, if you always are working toward being successful and you just feel like, I'm not seeing results, or results are slowly coming. I read another post, and I always have to reference a post or a quote or something that said, you could be working hard for 4 years with no results, which technically there will be results, maybe smaller results along the way. But basically, for the sake of the post, I'm just going to say it. You could be working 4 years with no results, and on the 5th year, you blow up and become everything that you basically wanted to become. You become that millionaire, that billionaire, that whatever. I always like to talk about Supa Cent real quick. Yes, Supa, S-U-P-A, Cent, C-E-N-T. Check her out on Instagram. She basically also has her own cosmetic line and everything like that. And literally, she went from 10K one year to making 6 figures to, within, I believe it was 90 seconds or 90 minutes, to literally making millions off of her product. That is boss. Okay, so when I say tenacity, having a tenacious mind, you will get there. Do you think she thought she was going to blow up that quickly and for that much? Maybe she, had faith in herself, but that quickly, no. But she was prepared to hit that volume, and she continued to do what she set out to do. So I want to encourage you guys, just keep going at it. Secure the bag. Be tenacious. Do not look to anyone for your success. Number 8, I gotta hit you with the Migos. Walk it like you talk it. When I say walk it like I talk it, I literally mean that. Don't sit here. I'd rather you walk in your truth than to walk in a lie. Don't sit here and try to keep up with the Joneses and make yourself appear to be, so living lavish and so well off and blah, blah, blah. When they said, look, I just keep quoting Migos, I'd rather be rich than famous. Literally. So many people are caught up on what they look like to the media, to Instagram, to Facebook, to all of these different social media platforms. But are you that vested in what you have going on for yourself? Do you have what it takes to be successful? Do you channel your energy in the little bit that you have in the right directions? Because if you don't, it's okay. I'm not here to judge you. But I'm just saying, walk it like you talk it. Okay? Walk in your truth. Even if your truth doesn't seem to be as big as someone else's truth. Walk in your truth, because that is what's going to glow up. Not a falsified image that you are trying to portray. Be yourself, and people who are attracted to you, who are attracted to real, would naturally gravitate to you. Keep that in mind. Number 9 is track your progress. I don't care if it's every week. I don't care if it's every 3 weeks, every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year. A year is too long. Basically what I'm saying is every something, track yourself. Week, month, 3 weeks, 2 days, whatever. Track yourself. See where you are on your goals. Because when you keep a journal of tracking yourself, if you want to look back next year and say, oh my goodness, in 2018, I can't believe those were my goals. What? 2019, I double those. I triple those. You know, I like to use the story of my of my YouTube. I've had my YouTube channel since 2014, almost 5 years, and I made a few videos here and there, but I never really stuck it out consistent. Obviously, now I want to be more consistent. However, I remember being on there and I said, let's see, back when I first started my channel, from 2014 into 2018, I literally had about 4,000 minutes in watch time. I literally started taking my channel seriously just recently. And within 2 months, I had 5,000 minutes in watch time. And it's like now I'm like at 8,000 within like 3 months or so. And I'm telling you this because what my channel developed over 4 years, I developed in 2 to 3 months. Why? Because I set my goals. Why? Because I developed a regiment. Why? Because I was disciplined. I was consistent. I showed up. I dismissed excuses. I was accountable. I was tenacious. I walked it like I was talking it. I literally tracked my progress. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be on my YouTube. But I'm just telling you, I adopted those things into my personal life. And that is where it got me. You know, I remember having 1 subscriber. Now, yes, I have like 41. It's not that many. However, a little bit of time grew me 700 something % in my watch time, in my views, in my subscribers, I'm like almost 800% over what I produced in the past in a couple of months. 800%, that is phenomenal. So I'm just telling you guys, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. Just track your progress and make sure that you adopt all of those. Number 10, believe in yourself. So many people look for other people to validate them. You are more than enough. You are valid. You don't need someone else's opinion of you to determine what you can do. Believe in yourself. The people closest to you are sometimes the most evil, are sometimes the most likely to be a snake, are the most praying for your downfall. But you can't let that get to you. You cannot let that get to you. Believe in yourself, because there's a lot of people sitting there just waiting for you to fall because they have nothing going for themselves, or because they don't take the time to allow positive vibes to come their way. They don't give positive vibes. They just want to be dream snatchers. But can't no one take anything away from you. The only limit that you have in this life is yourself. Don't limit yourself. Believe in yourself. Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, like I said, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. My hair is still wet. Sorry guys, I'm looking a little rough in this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to drop all 10 of those crucial steps down in the box below, so make sure you guys get you a notebook, a pen, and if you're serious about getting disciplined, getting on track, then you might want to take down these notes. And again, follow me on Instagram, Cralisa Victoria. I'm going to drop all that information below as well. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I see you next.
It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's 2 something?